That's the first time we've kissed in 3 weeks. Actually, since the last video. What's up, everyone? I'm Marc Lobliner with the MILF, Katie Lobliner. Anyway, since we did our first video, I've actually had some good feedback on it, and you're looking quite dapper today. You're bedazzled. And I've actually gotten
I'm showered.
I've gotten a couple emails and comments on my YouTube. So I do look through these once in a while. Usually when I'm pooping is when I read my YouTube comments. And doesn't everybody? Okay. And a lot of questions on, like, you know, we've been together a long time. This is our 17th year together. And you know, I'm not. Well, actually, I'm counting every day. My God, this is like... It's like, I was doing Tabata with Cammie and at Dr. Stu's today, and they have a computer where it actually counts it out and it says how many sessions you have left. That's what our marriage is. I'm like, oh no, there's 2 more. Oh no, I can't do 2 more.
So the topic of today's video
is how to maintain a long-term relationship.
And acting like that is not.
We're dynamic. I think we got together when we were 16 years old. I was 16, she was 17, which makes her a pervert. And we were together, and we kind of, there's 2 things that can happen. You can either grow together or you can grow apart. And I think that together, we actually, I don't know what the hell we did, but for some reason we're still here. And that gets...
And that brings me to patience.
Well, I think the first thing is that you constantly change. You're constantly evolving. When I was 16, I wasn't a CEO of multiple companies. I didn't have this kind of... You don't really become an alpha male until you've actually accomplished something. You know what I mean?
He didn't have his faux hawk.
I had a Jufro, and it evolved over time.
Not very impressive today.
It's not, because it's... I think I'm actually training it not to faux.
Okay.
Or the Tabata could have knocked it down because I didn't shower afterwards.
Oh,
I just changed shirts.
Funny.
Yeah, that's me.
Doing one of those Italian showers.
She can say that she's Italian. And anyway, so on to the point, I think you constantly evolve. And the key is, do you evolve with or without? Now, I'm going to be the first one to say I believe in divorce. I think if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And frankly, I don't think marriage should be something the government has anything to do with anyway. It's a matter between you and the church. But that's a different video. But for us, I think our main strength is that, I mean, when we first got together, I mean, do you believe in love?
Do I believe in love?
Like, do you believe in love? Seriously, do you believe that there's one person that you love more than anybody? It's the meant to be.
I don't believe that there's one person in the whole entire world. It's circumstances that bring you together.
I agree. Circumcision.
I mean, like, obviously, if you haven't met someone that lives, like, wherever, how are you gonna know?
I just remember, like, when we first got together, I knew she was the one. You know, I had that feeling, and I never had that feeling about anyone or any farm animal before. And, you know, that's the thing, is that but we changed, and we've obviously evolved, and I think we've stayed together. I don't know why, and I think it has to do with these things, is that when we get in arguments, I wouldn't say we've ever been in a fight, and the reason is that people leave, you know, they break up. But I'm the first one, if someone's in an on-again, off-again relationship, I don't think that's going to work long-term. I think once you break up, you know it can happen, you know, and so you're going to break up again. It's like, I'm going to leave anyway. You know, I don't really think that on-again, off-again thing works.
I don't think so.
And I think one of our strengths is that when we fight, we make sure that someone is bloody by the end, because we're staying, but our issue is resolved. You see what I'm saying? Have we ever not resolved an issue, like in a daytime?
Not you, no.
We always resolve issues. Like, okay, what do we have to do to move forward? I think I've won on a couple things.
Okay.
Not sure what, but one day I'll figure it out. So don't leave. And humor. I think one thing that's got us through is a sense of humor. And, or lack thereof on both of our parts. I'm a bit more of a troll than Katie is, you know. One time her father and I, when he was alive, had her believing that he joined the Navy because he was on the way to the Army recruiter's office, but he heard the village people in his car. So he immediately turned around because he was inspired by in the Navy.
Another thing to add is being a good listener. Obviously, I am. I mean, look, I'm just sitting here listening.
I listen to you really.
To talk.
Wait, hold on. I want to state this for all the ladies out there so you can lust after me. No, who's the one who sits down, okay, talk to me. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know what's going on in your head, where our relationship is, how you think we're doing with the kids, what we could change.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying you like to talk a lot.
I'm the more emotional one in the relationship. I think we'll both agree on that. Mm-hmm. I'm extremely emotional. I want to know what she's feeling, what she's thinking. And that's another thing about long-term relationships is you have to actually talk. You can't bottle it in. If you feel something's not working, and I mean, we've had issues in the past where we've had things that I'm just not happy with or she's not happy with, and she has a bit more of a problem saying, or maybe I just do nothing wrong, saying when she's unhappy. I'll tell you when something's wrong. You know, I'm the first one, like, if I'm unhappy with Cammie's program, I'm the first one of the parents to be like, hey, you know, this is wrong. We need to fix this. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just our personalities are a little bit different. You're a little more reserved. Mm-hmm. But we work with that, and then I'll be like, I'll try to like figure out what's wrong with her. And I'll try to proactively fix it on my end. You know?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I didn't get to talk yet, so I'm going to go back to the first thing we wrote down, which is changing through time, and there's things you just have to learn to deal with. For example, Mark is very loud. I've learned to deal with that.
She still shushes.
I shush him, and he freaks out. I bite my fingernails. He's going to have to, he has learned to just deal with it, because I bite my fingernails, and he hates it. It is what it is.
I mean, the biggest thing that shocked me, you know, being with a girl.
As opposed to?
I always thought, I was amazed when I found out that girls poop. And it shocked me. And it took me years to figure.
See, humor, lack of humor.
This might help a lot of people or hurt a lot of people. I'm not sure if we're doing a service or a disservice to society right now. I'm going to breach on this. So this is actually what I got a few comments on, a few emails on. Sex. How do you keep sex going after 16 years? We just don't have sex. No, I'm just kidding. I think, what?
Nothing. I'm waiting to hear what you're going to say.
I'm going to be...
And I'll crawl under the table.
Crawl under the table and do what? That's how good it is up in here. I think we've managed to have sex 3 times and have 3 children.
And then there was that one other time.
That one, yeah. That was our first time. We had to practice for the kids. I think that you get in a rut, and a lot of couples from the people I know who I speak with, they tend to just go to, you know, okay, let's get this over with. It becomes just like a chore. But I think I'm going to blame the males on this one. I think the females, see, women are, and I read Penthouse, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Women are very emotional. You know, men are like, okay, at the end of the day, if you do it yourself or someone else, the end result's always the same. Women are very emotionally connected, and they're very emotionally driven. I think that when men rush things and they get straight into it, I think that the woman's going to miss out. She's not going to put out. That was pretty good, wasn't it? So
writing a poem or something.
That's how you get laid. So I mean, so the thing is, you men, you really need to kind of focus on, you know, in order for a healthy relationship, sex is a big part of it. It is. It's a big, because you're with this person the rest of your life. This is the one person you're laying pipe on. You know, you got to make sure that you take care of it. You got to make sure not just to go for the score. You got to make sure to friggin' foreplay. Do the foreplay thing, you know, take your time. Women like that stuff, and you should too. It's fun. And make it a goal, you know, like I'm a goal-oriented guy, like short and long-term goals. Try and get better at everything you do. And I don't, not getting TMI, but I'm one of those guys who sets benchmarks for what I can do in every area of life, and that's one of them. I think that's a CEO quality right there. All right. wait, hold on. And now let's be real here. You could be real to these people. I mean, they're just going to troll us anyway. After all this time together, I mean, it's still, we still break it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not my favorite thing to talk about, Bill.
Obviously, well, I mean, let's just say that for a healthy marriage, you have to be willing to work with each other's wants and needs. Is that a better way to put it?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it.
You're not? No. I don't know what I don't.
Oh, you know exactly what I'm going to say.
Okay, well, whatever. Next item of business.
That's it. And the last thing, the most important thing is trust. I travel a lot. I've gone to a lot of countries, and I've been around a lot of beautiful women. And she has trusted me 100% of the time. She's never questioned my actions. She's never said, oh, you're stooping this girl or stooping that girl. I got a little Yiddish on you there.
Well, you've never given me a reason to. So if you had, then we'd be in a different boat right now.
Well, thank God I deleted those videos. But
lack of humor.
But no, trust is the key. I actually could never, and I'll be real, I've said this many times, I could never, ever do what she did as a wife, as a husband. If she was the one traveling, doing what I did, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. I would have driven myself crazy with jealousy and distrust. And that's just because of how, the situation I grew up in, where I, obviously had a mom with problems, drug use problems, and I'd never trusted her. So to trust a woman is tough for me, whereas she trusted me for some whatever hell reason it was. But it's been good, I've given her no reason not to trust me. And that's the thing, if you distrust your spouse, and I have known many people who have had infidelity in their relationship, who actually do have what I can tell, you can only tell what you can see, you're not in their house all the time, who have a very healthy, giving, caring, and monogamous relationship. Honestly, so I think. But in most cases, I think once you cross that line and you cheat on your wife or your husband, I think it's pretty much over. Unless there's always an outlier. There's always that one who could pick it up and move on. But I think once a cheater, always a cheater. And that's why the one thing that she could do to make me just kick her ass out the house, or hell, I'll move. And I really like this house. Is infidelity. And that's the key. I mean, wouldn't you agree on that? Mm-hmm. So once you lose trust, you lose everything.
Yep.
So is there anything we missed on our keys to success?
I think balance as far as family time, personal time, that's other big thing. I mean, I don't know about you. You get your alone time when you're down here working. I need alone time sometimes. He works from home, so we're always together unless you're traveling. So I think it's good to have a little bit of space sometimes.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of 300 days a year of space, so I think this is almost atypical of our relationship the last 2 years. But I like being with my family. I mean, and here's another thing. When you have kids, if you decide to take that step and have kids with that other person, just know that your relationship better be strong, because it ain't going to bring you together.
Right.
It's been the hardest stressor on our relationship is having kids, because you have no alone time.
I mean, obviously it's a good thing.
Oh, you guys hear about my kids. I just did Tabata with Cammie this morning and 2.5 hours of soccer practice. I'm hurting right now. But that's the thing, is that you love your kids, but it's not going to enhance your relationship with your spouse. No. It's going to strain it. And then you got financial.
It brings in a different dynamic, but it's not going to fix something that's a problem.
Financial strain. I mean, there's a lot of strains. Time constraints are the main thing. Time constraints are the main thing.
Seriously.
Speaking of time constraints, we got to go make sure our kids aren't
killing each other. All
right. Marc and Katie Lobliner, tigerfitness.com, and we just want to answer those questions. Because making out when married, we don't do that shit. That's not a game.